From the Gateway High School campus in Monroeville, it's my pleasure to welcome you to Gateway to Education. I'm Kara Zanella, your host for today, and I'm the Director of Communications for the Gateway School District. I'm excited today to showcase a very important topic for district parents, especially those families who reside in the borough of Pitcairn. As many of you know, on May 25th, Gateway School District decided to close Pitcairn Elementary School. As educators in this district, we realize this decision will impact many families and children. We also realize with the closure announcement comes anxiety and that centers around the unknown, like where will my child go to school next fall? Will they now ride a school bus to school? What will it be like in that school when they get there? For our affected families, we decided to do this special show to share with you what our team has determined with regards to this transition process. My special guests today are Mrs. Rika Cleary, Gateway School District Administrative Coordinator, and Dr. Linda Eckert, Principal of Dr. Cleveland Stewart Jr. Elementary School. Ladies, welcome to both of you. Thank you so much for taking your time out of your summer schedule to join me today.
That's my pleasure.
So let's talk about this whole exciting process that's taking place. But for some of the families right now, well, it's not so exciting. They're a little anxiety-ridden about the situation and what's going to happen this fall with their students as they go from Pitcairn to their new family of schools. So let's talk about this a little bit. Linda, you're going to be one of the principals that's going to be welcoming the new students.
Yes.
Are you excited about that?
Very excited about the transition and just to have our school filled to capacity.
Now, the schools that are going to be affected by this transition process are?
It's Cleveland Stewart Elementary, Ramsey Elementary, and University Park Elementary.
Okay.
The majority of the Pitcairn students are actually going to go to either Ramsey Elementary or Cleveland Stewart Elementary. University Park will be affected because some of the students who were formerly attending Cleveland Stewart Elementary will now be attending University Park Elementary. And this was necessary to make sure that the classrooms and the sizes were balanced.
Now, I know that when parents, I've been receiving a lot of emails and calls. I know the superintendent's office has been because, parents want to know what's going on. And I know that's one of the reasons why we decided to do this show today. Can you tell me from the district's standpoint how this process unfolds and how we are getting students transferred to all these new schools?
Okay, the first thing they did before they did any kind of redistribution is to look at the number of classrooms that in each of the elementary buildings. And it was determined that Cleveland Stewart and University Park were actually the most underutilized of all the elementary buildings. After they determined that, transportation looked at the number of students in the neighborhoods and the most efficient way to redirect the bus routes. What they wanted to do is try and keep the neighborhood feel as they move blocks of students, not by street as much as it is blocks of neighborhoods to the elementary buildings. Okay. And that was their main goal, was to try and keep as many of the kids together when they reassigned them to the new buildings.
Now, I know that from working on the district administrative team that it's really important for us to keep the integrity of what Gateway is known for. Small class sizes, making sure that we utilize the buildings and everything to our best of our ability. I know that by looking at the figures and stuff for the transition, that it seems that you've done a good job on making it equitable across the board and transferring students so that the schools are receiving them and they're not going to be overcrowded.
And that's correct. One of the things that we did look at when we redistributed the students was to make sure that we did keep the class sizes small. So parents can feel comfortable that we still have nice sized classrooms. None of the classrooms are large. That was the benefit of utilizing the 3 elementary buildings because we did have a lot of empty classroom space.
Okay. So, and your classroom, your school is certainly going to be full with brand new students. I know you're anxious to probably show off the library over there, which is really a focal point for Cleveland Stewart. Ramsey and University Park also have very unique features to their schools as well that make this experience an enjoyable one. Now, that being said, a lot of these parents haven't experienced anything but Pitcairn. Their students started out there and that's where they're at. So I'm a new parent and my child is coming to your school, Dr. Eckert, and what is the plans to try to get me introduced to your school?
Well, Kara, realizing that we have taken steps to make our schools very parent and student friendly from day one. We have a number of activities planned where parents and students will be invited to come into the school, some in July, some in August, morning, evening opportunities to accommodate working parents and parents who may have a particular time of day that's best for them. We're just inviting them to come in and be able to meet with me and in a very casual, relaxed atmosphere, have their questions answered. Any issues or concerns that they have, we can certainly address, and allow them to have an opportunity to tour each of our buildings. We'll be doing this at all 3 of the buildings affected.
I think that'll be nice to get the students acquainted with the school, the new faces. Certainly they're going to be making some new friends, and they're going to have some new faculty members and obviously new principals as well. So I know that you have worked, and the team of principals have worked very hard to try to make sure that this transition goes as smoothly as possible, not only for the parents, but especially the children. But let's talk about how are we going to communicate this out. Now, I know that I have things on the website right now, those that are following the changes that are occurring within the school district for the reorganization are watching us on the website. How are we going to communicate this out to the parents so they know when all these meetings and these activities are taking place?
Well, on or about July 1st, parents who were affected by the consolidation of schools will receive a letter from the district administration letting them know what building their student was assigned to. And approximately the second week of July, a letter will go out to parents from the principals inviting them to specific meetings and informal meetings where the parents and the students will be invited to visit the school, ask any kind of questions, and I'm sure Dr. Eckert can expand on that.
Yeah, we're so committed to making everyone feel comfortable that the principals are actually planning to make personal contacts by, telephoning homes, speaking with parents, or at least being able to leave a message so that they have one more source to inform them of all of the upcoming events that we'll be having. And prior to the start of school, we'll be having in all of our elementary buildings Meet the Teacher Night, so that will be one more opportunity with all the teachers present now for students and parents to come in, get to know the students who are in their classes, get introduced to their teachers, and be able to know exactly where their classroom is going to be prior to the start of school. Also, for our kindergarten students who are coming from the various locations, we'll be having a time in August in all of our buildings where the children will come in. They view a video on school bus safety that's geared to their level, Winnie the Pooh and Friends. And additionally, they will be with our library media specialist having a story read, so that will be another person they're familiar with, and also an activity with the guidance counselor. And then the whole thing culminates where the children get to ride on the school bus for their very first ride. And we encourage our parents to bring cameras and take pictures because, this is certainly a keystone for them.
There's no question. I mean, I know that from working with the principals, all of you have spent a lot of time on this particular thing, making sure that this transition goes smoothly and that these students are welcomed into your family. I can't say enough about the faculty at Gateway through all of our buildings. They are incredible individuals. Our team of principals are just exceptional. And I know that everybody is going to be working as hard as they can to make sure that when we blend these students into the new schools that they're going to, that it's pretty much a seamless process. We're going to work as hard as we can to make sure that happens. Anything else that you can tell me about? Anything else that's going on that our viewing audience needs to know about this transition?
Well, parents will need to know that the bus information won't be sent out until sometime in August, but they will get letters telling them what bus their child will ride, the time the bus will pick them up, and their bus stops.
Okay. And just as a reminder, what's our first day of school again?
The 25th of August.
I'm excited. Well, I think that's it. Hopefully you've learned something today about the transition process for our schools. We are very excited about this. We do realize that there's a lot of anxiety for parents. There's a lot of different things going on. Dr. Eckert, in her parting comment, if you had one piece of advice as a principal to share, what would it be?
I would just like to share with everyone that our buildings are all very unique, and when the students arrive on the scene, there will be a lot of familiar faces they will see. You know, former classmates they went to school with in other locations, many of the same teachers. They'll know already or have had opportunities to meet with the principal, the library media specialist, the guidance counselor. And, you know, there are, as I said, unique features for, you know, pertaining to all of our buildings, specifically at Cleveland Stewart Elementary. We're excited about the fact that they'll even get to have opportunities to work sometimes with students from Moss-Side Middle School or the high school, maybe even older brothers and sisters. So there is a high comfort level. So just relax. We look forward to seeing everyone on the 25th.
We're excited. I want to thank both of you for taking your time to join us today. Again, my guests have been Mrs. Rika Cleary, Administrative Coordinator, and Dr. Linda Eckert, who is the principal of Dr. Cleveland Stewart Jr. Elementary School. Again, I'm Kara Zanella, Director of Communications for Gateway School District. I've been your host today. Thank you for joining us. If you need to know more information about this situation or anything else in the district, please visit our website at www.gatewayk12.org. Again, that's www.gatewayk12.org. Again, I thank you both for being with us. I thank you, our viewing audience, and we wish you a great summer, and we'll see you back here August 25th.